What's going on, guys? This is Tybone Skyberg here. Today we're taking a look at the another action figure review. Today we're taking a look at the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Wave 5 with Ranger Slayer 6-inch action figure from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, with comes from Boom Studio Comics from Hasbro. Alright, Ranger Slayer, and to be honest, I never heard of this Ranger Slayer before until now, but when I heard of it, it comes from was based on the Boom Studio Comics. Just like it reminds me from Lord Dracon, it comes from very similar before it was this Ranger Slayer, what I heard of it. So after the Lord Dracon, and now I heard of this Ranger Slayer. So I was trying to pick them up at this figure. It took me forever until now, so recently. Well, you get on my point like this. So, and I finally got this figure right here. So, without further ado, let's get on to that. So, I picked this up at this figure right here. It cost me like $20 at the GameStop because I'm using a few points or whatever. I have a GameStop card. It's like a membership or whatever. So, originally it was supposed to be like $25 or $22. That's the originally price, and now it gave me some price down, about $19.25. Well, it's not that bad price. It's a very good deal price. So now I finally got this figure right here, and you can see right here that it looks very, very nice and very detailing. It was a very nice detailing, this design, and you can see right here. So, and you can see the figure on inside. It's not much accessories, and the visuals inside it somewhere. So, but sadly, no head sculpt because it comes from only herself. And there's a nice artwork. It's just like the previously that I have, and you get on my point. In this Power Rangers Lightning Collections, it's the same Wave 5. It says Mighty Morphin Ranger Slayer. There's a Hasbro on it, and it says 4+, and you gotta be warning, no children's allowed. So you get on my point. It says warning parts or whatever. So, and you can see that this artwork I really liked. You can see on the right now you get, it says Mighty Morphin Power Rangers logo on it, and it says on the artwork, and it comes from this artwork is like a 3D or whatever. So, and you see there on the left, and it's the same as usual, like this. And of course, there's not much, and a color pink on it on the top. And of course, there's some information on it, and it's not much right. And you gotta see it. You got my point at this information. So, and of course, there's in the back no previously other figures, just herself. It's just like a nice pose on it, looks like, and the design the figure looks like. And of course, and it comes from information from the international is different languages or whatever, and whatever says Hasbro. You get my point like this. So, all right, let's get this open at this figure right here, and let's find out, you guys. All right, so here's Power Rangers Lightning Collection Wave 5 with Ranger Slayer 6-inch action figure out of the packaging. And as you can see, guys, and I don't know what to say this, it looks very a decent figure, and this figure is... she's really badass, and I gonna look at it. It looks exactly just like, it reminds me that it looks exactly identical. Reminds me the original, the Mighty Morphin Pink Ranger, but now Ranger Slayer. It's a different design looks. And you can see right here, it comes out of the accessories, but no head sculpt, unfortunately, like I said, and just comes from herself. So without further ado, let's get on to that. So let's talk about the changeable hands. And you can see right here, let me try to focus a little bit. And you can see right here is one for the fist. It looks exactly like this. And one for the fist, and some come from on the right. And of course, one karate chop, and I think this is supposed to be, and the left one. So you can see right here, it looks exactly like this, and you can tell like this. So I'm not gonna change it. Like I said, is 1/4 is opening, and both, I don't know, maybe I wasn't not looking at it until this is a color black paint job on it. So you can see right here, so it looks exactly identical, just like a different design looks as this color black paint job hands like this. So in detached to it like this, and you can see right here. All right, let's get on to that. Now these arrows, not one, but there's 3 of them, and let's talk about how do you do this, because I never seen it like this before. just like from the comic book version, which I never heard of it or I never seen like this before. And you can see right here, this is my first time at Ranger Slayer. This figure, I'm going to talk about this one here, the accessories first before this one. So it does looks like very amazing. I thought it was only one, so you can see right here. Let's talk about this weapon right here. I think it's Ranger Slayer is her bow or something like that. This one is from I think this one reminds me very similar from the Sword of the Darkness from the original Mighty Morphin Green Ranger, looks like. Now Pink Ranger here, well, now, the Ranger Slayer combines only one, some kind of reminds me of a power bow from the original Pink Ranger, but this is an evil version, so you gotta keep in mind. And how it does work like this, and let me see how you gonna do that. Or you're gonna come with a detached like this. I don't know, maybe this one, I guess. Maybe is this one, I guess, I don't know, you can tell me like that one, and so, I don't know, maybe it comes from this one. But this one, it was just nice. And it looks very, very nice and detailing. Now, this one here, I forgot what the new weapon was, but this one reminds me of Mighty Morphin Green Ranger when he was the evil, the Sword of Darkness, like I said. And this one here is for her Ranger Slayer weapon from the comic books version. You get my point like this, and it looks very nice. And yeah, and of course, well, and here's looks like this one looks very similar, just like I have a Mighty Morphin, a Pink Ranger. This color is very similar. It looks very nice. It looks very nice visuals, and you can see right here. I like this more color pinkish or something like that. So I thought it was purple, but don't get me wrong. So, and you can see right here, it looks very nice. More color, kind of pink or darker a little bit, not much. So, all right, the last one is you got a Blade Blaster. Well, very similar is from this one reminds me the Blade Blaster looks like from the Jason Lee Scott from San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. So that one here, Ranger Slayer, on the other hand, is just comes out like that. It's like reminds me on it. But why not the rest of them are like this? Like I said, is a little bit disappointing, but it doesn't matter because this comes from the Ranger Slayer, the figure. So, and you can see right here, it looks nice, the color black job and the paint job I made, and you can see right here, it looks nice. So, all right, let's get on to that. Now, let's get on to Ranger Slayer herself. So, you can see right here, it looks very nice. And you can see right here, so it looks very nice, the detailing, and you can see right here, which I never heard this Ranger Slayer before. I gotta pick this up at this figure, and in a comic book as well, which I gotta figure out what this is or not. Who knows? So you can see right here, it looks very design. The paint job looks like. It kind of reminds me when I did the reviewing the 2-pack with Lloyd Zed and Rita Repulsa. This one here reminds me the Ranger Slayer, for example. Like I said, if you've seen it, I did the reviewing with that, and it's the same as identical. Kind of reminds me on it before the 2-pack came, and this was before I heard Astronomer comes with a 2-pack in Space Ranger. This paint job reminds me of this one. So, and you can see, but this one here is different, and I like this assert in this one. It looks very nice, the design looks, and you can see right here. So not only this plastic cape, it looks very nice, but I prefer the cloth capes because you know, like I said before, and it doesn't matter whatever this wrinkle design looks, and I do like this certain is that the damaged design looks. It looks very intense, and if you want to take this cape off, let me show you. It looks exactly when it comes with it, that design, only that left, but not on the right. So you can see right here, this cape, you can see right here. You can put it back on, but let me show you the back looks like without it. And you can see right here is identical, just like, and I have a MAPR pink. I'll comparison for that later. And you can see right here, it looks exactly. Okay, so this helmet looks very similar. Not too much from reminds me the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie from the Pink Ranger movie on it, but this one's is not. But this is Ranger Slayer, and you can see only is a black paint job design looks. There's more little bit of color pink on it, a little bit. It's just like identical. It looks like, and it looks very nice. And you can see right here. And I think she's badass in this figure. And it looks like there's not much an identical looks like in design. Looks just like a Rita Repulsa or Astronema. That's what I found out, so you can see. But there's a little bit problem. It's just a black paint job, and it's just a little bit right here. I don't know what's going on right here. Like this. So I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm not too missing a paint job and all that. So, but the rest of them, it's fine. You get them a point like this. And you can see right here. So I'm just trying to put on a okay, before I turn on articulation, I put it back on I'll put it back in a plastic cape on it. So let's talk about the articulation like this. So all right, you can see 360 right here. It looks very good. Does she have a little bit neck pipet, not much. And you can see the shoulder joint like this, and then back and forth like this. Does she have a bullet joint? Yes, does she have a bullet joint like this? Looks very good. Now, she has the elbow joint like this. That she has an elbow joint. Looks very good. And the wrist, just like this. And you can see right here. And does she have an ab crunch? Let me see anything. This is a very similar, just like reminds me, I used to have that Mighty Morphin Pink Rangers like this. And Yellow Ranger as well. Now, she does have an ab crunch like this. It looks very similar. I like that one. And it looks very nice. And she has kicked forward and not much kick back. Unfortunately, because this is this one, you get them a point like this. So, and she has a leg joint. She has a leg joint like this. So, because, you know, let me show you. Yeah, it does. Because it's a little bit covered up as this one. So, and let me see the double knee joint like this. It looks very good. And in the toe articulated like this, and goes up and down. And she has ankle pivot. She has an ankle pivot, and yeah, there's not much in an articulation. It's just like it previously I have from Mighty Morphin Pink Ranger. And it also, let me show you a little bit because I forgot to mention it. It's the Power Morpher. And let me show you a little bit because this is my iPod Touch a little bit. So, but I do believe it's a Pink Ranger's Power Coin. It's the same as identical, but here is the belt is different a little bit. So I like this one is that I have it previously won, and it's not much it has to say is. But before I try to show you the hands, one point of it opening where it's holding the weapon, and at one point of this one here is the one point of finger on it that like this. And yeah, and so that is to that. And I like this paint job like this, and I really like this figure. And yeah, there's not much else to say about this figure. All right, so let's go to on the comparison for you guys. So, my final thoughts with Power Rangers Lightning Collection Wave 5 with Ranger Slayer 6-inch action figure from Boom Studio Comics with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers comes from Hasbro. And I gotta say this figure, it looks very, very a decent figure, and I really don't know what to say about that. And she looks very badass, and this was comes from, reminds me very similar, it comes from Mighty Morphin Pink Ranger, the original, and now that one here, it looks better, that it is very similar. And the helmet is very different. It's not the same as the Mighty Morphin, the 95 movie, but it's a little bit different. It's just like she is like Ranger Slayer, for example. Now, the original Pink Ranger helmet, it's the original. So you're gonna keep it in mind, so not to get confused that. But this figure right here, the design looks exactly like I said from the Boom Studio comics, obviously. And I do love it, the paint job, because it's colored pink on it, and there's some a little bit difference. I do like the black color paint job here is very similar. It's just like I said before. And I do love it, this very similar. This is before then I have a Rita Repulsa figure and Astronomer figure from the 2-pack and in space, just like it reminds me on it. So you can see right here, it looks exactly. I'm very glad that I got this figure, Ranger Slayer, which I don't have on my own until now, but I don't have the comic book version, so I do have this figure right here. Especially, I don't have a Lord Dracon comic book. Well, I do have the figure, but I don't have a comic book of both of them, Lord Dracon and Ranger Slayer here. So you can see right here, I do love this piece of right here, especially the accessories. But the problem is there's no head sculpt, unfortunately. I think they should use comes with a head sculpt. Looking at the Man Defender just from Lost Galaxy, it does not come from a head sculpt, but they should use you know, Mike as Man Defender from Lost Galaxy. But I think that they shouldn't because, you know, like I said before, but here, Ranger Slayer here, it does not have, but she should. So maybe one day to put it on a head sculpt on it, but I don't know what's the hurt look like, just like at the comic book version. But who knows eventually. So, but I'm glad that I got this figure, and there's not much it has to say about this. The accessories, it looks very good. The articulation looks fine, no problems at all. And the rest of my products, no problem at all. So you can see right here. So Ranger Slayer is as badass figures in my opinion. So my final ratings with the same Ranger Slayer 6-inch action figure from Wave 5. So I'm going to give it this figure right here a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 because I do love it in everything. Everything is on there, like I said before. And she's really badass as a Ranger Slayer. I think Lord Dragon is just a Lord Dragon at first before Ranger Slayer, and now I have both of them from the Boom Studio comics, so I have a glad that I got both of them. So now I'm gonna give it this figure right here a 10 out of 10. So alright, stay tuned for more action figures coming up, and you never know what's coming, so we'll see what happens. So don't forget, click like, comments below, don't forget subscribe, and check into the icon bell notifications in case you missed it or not. So this is Ty-Bone Skyberg, and I'll see you around, guys, and happy toy hunting and happy action figure hunt, and take care.